sometimes you gotta pop up and show niggas certified boogeyman. I'm the one up to score with them. All right, let's go. We're back with another one, fam. We're back with another one. We here for the New York Stock Exchange as well. Right. Let's see what do we have in store. We can see that we are now finding ourselves tapping within a point of interest, right? So yeah, can we see some sort of an actual shift back towards the downside from this area onwards, right? If we can see a further continuation move back to the upside, I'll just simply have my eye out on this area. So I'll just mark it off as green, right? As it is an actual inversion fair value gap, which is coming through. Yeah, right over there, as you guys can see, right? But ultimately, we are now finding ourselves tapping within a point of interest. So all I'm gonna simplify myself doing is just chill on my lower time frame, right? And see, can we potentially find ourselves opening up those beautiful short opportunities, simply because we had the initial jobless claim, that, and we can see that a beautiful gap has been opened up right there. Right there. That, so price needs to find itself closing up that gap, and all I'm basically finding myself doing at this current moment is just simply wait and see, can we find ourselves having an actual shift back towards the downside. So I'll just simply find myself monitoring my actual my corrections whatsoever. So if we can see price have a closure below, I'll just simply find myself participating with price all the way back towards the downside, right? We do have around about 10 minutes left for the New York Stock Exchange to find itself opening up, right? Opening up, fam. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I will highly appreciate it, right? And if you are wondering which brokerage I am finding myself using, I am using XM. The link will be in my description, right? So when you're going to find yourself joining the XM brokerage, you will find yourself supporting this channel, right? And yeah, all I'm trying to do is provide value for each and every single one of you. And yeah, if you would like to support me on this journey, you can do so, right? But if you don't want to find yourself doing that, no stress. No stress, right? However, right now, all I'm just simply going to find myself doing is just chill out and wait for the New York Stock Exchange to find itself opening up, right? Now, one thing, fam, you know what, I am quite excited, right? Even though it may not look like I am excited, but really I am excited. You know what, it just comes down to me being able to, throughout the time period which I found myself doing this, you know what, I found myself having a whole lot of downs, a whole lot of ups, right? I found myself having a whole lot of data backing me up as well. And I think with me basically going through everything, that it just made me quite mellow. I do get excited, right? Like this made me quite excited. Like this shift over there, it made me quite excited, right? And simply because I didn't expect this huge push back towards the upside, right? That made me quite excited. I wanted to see price come all the way up there, but you know what? I didn't expect price to have that shift. So that right there was quite, a joyful moment. But other than that, you know what? You just have to find yourself as a trader, always be humble, right? Try and always be humble. Try and always, regardless what the outcome is going to find itself being, remain humble, right? Remain humble. As you guys know, throughout my journey, I always said that, you will either be fearful, or you can find yourself having some, hope, right? Or faith, because both of them are finding themselves coming to the exact same thing, right? Fear, you're going to find yourself being fearful for something that is not there just of yet, right? But if you're going to find yourself having faith, right, you are also finding yourself believing in something that is not there, right? So both of them requires the exact same thing. The only difference is that when you have fear, sometimes, you know what, procrastination can be one of it. You know what, or not procrastination, maybe procrastination can be one of it, but you know what, being too perfect can also be one of them, right? Because you have this fear of, hey, what if it is not perfect, what if it's not perfect, I have to find itself, I have to make it perfect, I have to make it perfect, I have to make it perfect, right? And you are gonna try and get it perfect, but you know what? You're not gonna get it perfect, right? The sooner you can realize that you aren't gonna be perfect, you aren't always gonna be right, you will find yourself having some else as well, right? The better your journey will become, right? Same thing when it comes down to faith, right? You are simply gonna have a different mindset, right? Instead of being fearful, instead of being like, oh, what is the next person gonna think about me, you know what, this and that, blaming other people, etc., etc., that's not going to help you, right? That's not going to help you. But if you do have faith inside your journey, whether this is trading, whether this is just your life journey in general, whatsoever, you know what, if you have faith, there's so much that you can find yourself accomplishing. You know, whether things are gonna go good, you are still gonna go through it, right? Whether things are going bad, you're still gonna find yourself pushing through it, right? Because you have faith. You have an end goal to where you would like to see yourself hit into, right? And things may look as if it's not going your actual way, right? But just simply because you have faith, right? Just that one word, faith. You know what? You believe that you can get to that actual point. And if you're going to find yourself doing each and every single day just 1% better, a half percent better, just trying to be better than what you was the previous day, you will see progress, right? You will see progress. So throughout my journey, you know what? Faith, that is one thing that I have, right? Faith. Through the ups, through the downs, I'm still going to find myself coming through, right? And I hope that for every trader who is finding him or herself being on this journey, you know what, just have that mindset of faith, right? Whether things is not going your way, just believe that it will, and it will, right? If you are feeling down, feeling depressed whatsoever, it's cool. Be depressed. You know what? Be depressed. Embrace it, right? But don't stay there. That's the thing. Don't stay there for too long, right? Don't stay there. A day or two, cool, right? Cool. But after that, try and snap yourself out of it. And you know what? Just always try and give your best, because you are going to find yourself having those moments where you're going to find yourself just being energetic, having your actual run. And then there's going to be those moments where you're going to feel like you don't want to find yourself doing it no more, right? Those days, it's going to be there, right? It's going to be there. So, to all my viewers, right, I am wishing you all the best, right? I'm wishing that everything that you are having in mind will come into, you know what, it will play out how you wish it should, right? And all you need to find yourself having is faith and believe in an actual higher power, right? Because everything that you are finding yourself doing, you know, it is so much more bigger than you, right? And 9 times out of 10, you aren't even doing it for yourself, right? You may do it for your spouse, you may do it for your family members, right? Because you want to see them in a better place, right? So whatever you are doing, keep on pushing. Okay. Whatever you are doing, keep on pushing. All right. Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. I believe that you can do it. I believe that you can do it. Okay. I honestly do believe that you can find yourself doing this. Now, check this out. I'm just seeing a little something, right? So if we can find ourselves having a shift to the downside, literally have a closure below, then I'll just simply find myself looking for some beautiful shorts, right? Since we are tapping within a point of interest, literally the exact, almost the exact same entry as what we had over there. Right over here, we had some equal lows that was taken out. What do you expect price to do after taking out equal lows or equal highs? You're expecting price to have a momentum in the opposite direction. There we took out the low, have a closure above, came back for the retest. We had a shift to the upside, right? So right over here, I'm basically expecting the exact same thing, right? There we have the high. There we have the higher high. So if we can find ourselves creating that low, I'll just simply find myself going short. Even if we can have a closure below this gap, I'll go short from there. If we can have a closure below that gap, I'll find myself going short from there. We need to have a closure below. No closure below. Okay, so let's monitor price. Let's monitor price, something like that. Something like that, right? So if we are going to have a closure below this gap, which we have found ourselves creating over here, I'll simply find myself going short from the gap, right? Maybe like something like that, bang. So all I'm waiting for is closure. If we're not going to see the closure, then you know what, there is no entry. Okay, there's no entry. We do have around about 16 seconds left for this thing to find itself closing. And yeah, let's be patient and let's wait. Fam, listen, as we are waiting, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, right? I will highly, highly appreciate that. As we are waiting, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. So now we have to wait another minute. Now we have to wait another minute. Right? Closure is super important. Closure is super important. So we need to see that closure below before we are going to find ourselves going shorty. 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 I have 2 points, right? Closure below this area. I'll find myself going short right there. If we are going to close inside, short right there. A volume imbalance. A volume imbalance, right? A volume imbalance. All right. So we had a closure below. Wait for a tap. If I can step short, short, Haze, short. Let's go. Let's go. So now I can just simply remove all the noise. Just like that. Beautiful, beautiful shift. Beautiful shift. Beautiful shift. It's another one. Can we have a closure below? Can we have a closure below? You know what, I will be quite confident if we can see a closure below this low right over there, because then we will confirm our breaker as well. And then we can basically see price have that further shift back towards the downside, yeah, nothing complicated, nothing complicated. I'm literally just waiting for the exact same thing to find itself opening up each and every single day, right? I mean, like, if you are gonna find yourself coming to the charts every day and you are just simply gonna find yourself looking for one thing every day, you know what, it's gonna become easier after a while, right? For now, you guys may be like, D, like, but how, right? Like I said, find yourself diving into the charts, find yourself coming to the charts every single day. You know what, it takes a whole lot of work, fam. It takes a whole lot of work. You're not just gonna come to the charts and then after one day, cool, you have it. After 2 days, cool, you have it. After 3 days, cool, you have it. Nah, after a month, you have it. Nah, it takes time, right? To me personally, I had to find myself, it took me years to just understand one thing, right? It took me, okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, right? But it honestly did take a while for me to basically understand like one specific thing, right? And enable for me to basically come back and study that one specific thing, like for instance, supply and demand, that I had to find myself coming to the charts every single day, right? I had to find myself coming to the charts each and every single day, identifying areas of demand and supplies, seeing, okay, which areas are we finding ourselves respecting, right? Which one, when it comes down to the wick structures, would be a higher probability for us, you know what, rejecting from this area onwards. When it comes down to an actual order block as well, right? What type of order block should we be looking out for, etc., etc., right? There's so many things you need to find yourself looking out for when it comes down to just you being a trader, right? There's so many things like this, what price is now currently doing, right? Here we can basically see that we did find ourselves creating what? We had that high, higher high, lower low right over there, right? So we find ourselves basically creating our breaker. And with us basically creating that breaker, if I can get out that from that high to the low, just like that, all price is now simply finding itself doing is seeking what? Seeking a premium area, right? And there we can simply see that we are finding ourselves tapping within a premium area. Is that something that I find myself telling each and every single one of you? Hell yeah. Hell yes, I did. I have. I've been doing that. Right. So all it literally takes from each and every single one of you is to just come to the charts each and every single day and just try and give your utmost best every single time. Every single time. Okay. So at this current moment, we can see we do have a whole lot of back and forth when it comes down to price, right? So as if now I'll just simplify myself forwarding price from this area onwards. And yeah, you know, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Much love from me. Much, much, much love from me. Let's go. And that's that. That's that, right? Call it luck, call it whatever you want to find yourself calling it. But what I basically want each and every single one of you to really do is just head into your charts, backtest these things each and every single day. So many of you are finding yourself seeking that actual that education, right? So many of you are finding yourself seeking that education, and you really don't have to find yourself going far. It's really in front of you. That is literally something that I'm showing you guys. Like, it's not, it's not, I didn't find myself coming here afterwards to show you guys this. I literally showed you it. Okay. So I think that for this week we find ourselves doing pretty good. That it is Thursday. I don't find myself trading on a Friday, right? So yeah, you know, I will see you guys on Sundays breakdown, right? And I would love to see how are we gonna find ourselves closing over the course of this week, right? So much love from me, your boy D. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm out.